I've got
Bunch
a pen right here. In here, I've got all my bass stuff. I got these from one of my other buddies. I got this from my grandpa. It's a sunfish. This thing will get hit like there's no tomorrow. I love this. I got this at Cabela's, which is, I think it was $2 on clearance. I love it. Got a couple Norman lures. I got some lures that are already texturized. I've got a weedless frog, a weedless mouse, another weedless mouse, and like a weedless hula popper, which is really good if you're trying to get fish with a hula popper, but there's a lot of weeds. I've got a jig right here, a spinner bait. I have 2 buzz bait with curly tails on them, which works fantastic. But that's it for my bass part. In here, this is walleye. I've got Hottentots, Iridiris, red fox, or not red fox, rooster tail. It's kind of stuck under, so I just gotta fix that. I've got golden. At the store, they said they were like supposed to be super small, like firstborn baby pike. And then this, I found this. It's a reaper. I found this. I just started jumping up and down, and I have never used these, but hopefully, if I go walleye fishing soon, I'll start using them. And what this is, I don't even know what it's called, just because I don't use them.
It looks so weird.
But they're 2 ounces. Oh, it's kind of like a hook with a sinker with spinners on it, but they said not to use them like for bait on them. I've got Hottentots, a custom Team Bass lure, which is amazing. I have caught a walleye on here. Iridiris right here, Iridiris, and then this is my bottom one is what I don't really use. I
got a booze bait.
A Budweiser bait.
Booze bait.
A couple musky lures. I got this lure. If you guys haven't been to Lake Norman in North Carolina, I went there over spring break. I got this for $3 on clearance. I was like, I gotta get something. And this is like one of the smallest lures they had. And so,
nice job.
Yeah, I do that every time I hold this thing. But red eye, I haven't used it all but once. But it's huge. That's why I don't really use it. I got a torpedo that I don't really use. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I got it for free. So I got a rattler, a couple of them. I've got a grasshopper lure and a tiny Norman lure.
And that's pretty much it, right?
That's it for mine, and now my partner will do his part of his tackle box.
Jeez, dude, that took almost 1,500 seconds to do your whole thing.
But
yeah, that's 1,500. That's yeah, 1491. 1491.
And now,
all right.
This is my partner, Connor.
Alright, we got the Kelly things again.
The Kelly stringer.
Yeah, we've got like 15 million one of those. We've got small tubes that are pre-hooked. We've got a few of those. We've got the flukes pre-hooked, weedless. Right here.
But hold on. A lot of people that I fish against, they don't know that you can make these weedless. You can. And I feel like I fish against idiots. All you gotta do is slide it in here, pull it under, and then slide it right into this opening. And you don't go this like over first and then into the opening. You want to take it under and then through.
Alright. Now right here we have a sassy shad, which is already pre-hooked. I got a bunch of these from my grandpa.
It's hooked with a jig because we use those and we jig a lot.
right here we've got another crawfish. Another crawfish. We have some tubes with little specks and stuff in them. We have more sassy shads. I've got this fake worm here with a hook sticking right out of it. Not really that good a person putting hooks in.
That was his first time ever doing his own hooks, so.
Alright, we've got a bunch of hooks right there. We've got this lure.
That is a Bill Norman lure.
Which is very good for catching bass.
That is, Bill Norman lures are probably our favorite thing to use. And we're really good with them, so.
We've got a bunch of Mr. Twister curly tails right here. Some of them are rigged. We've got this really small one right here.
That is another Norman lure. That is really good for water that's 10 feet deep, because its deepest dive is about 5 foot.
We have this right here. You can if you ever see this, buy it. You can catch a whole bunch of bass with this thing.
Every time we go to a pond, that's the first lure he'll pull out. He'll be like, "Okay, you ready?" He's like, "Yeah, you want to bet?" I'm like, "Not if you're pulling that out," because honestly, he's caught probably 20-some bass on that thing.
And you guys all know what this is. It's the same thing Logan showed you. It's the buzzbait with the Mr. Twister curly tails on the bottom. Now the next thing, it's another thing that he's got. It's only a smaller version. It's the movable shad thing.
It's a swim bait.
Back here we have another Bill Norman, only a smaller version.
How many Bill Norman lures do you have?
I've got no idea. Here's one that goes really deep. It's not really that big, but
The deepest, I think the deepest range of that is about 12 to 15 feet.
Yeah, and this one, I have also caught a bunch of bass on this. This right here. Never really used it. Never really used it before.
But, what is it? It's a Hottentot, is it?
No, it's not Hottentot. Anyway, let's get on moving. Right here is my torpedo. Now let me tell you a story with this torpedo. We were fishing in the pond. I cast this out, and as soon as it hits the water, it catches.
It snagged a bluegill.
Yeah.
About a 10-inch bluegill.
I couldn't get the word that I was thinking of. We got a bunch of the small things right here. The Japanese flag thing. Black ones. And then right here we have a Hottentot. This one, pretty good for catching bass.
And walleye. I have that in my walleye.
We have some bobbers.
Couple bobbers.
Some sinkers right here. Now down here in this bottom tray, I've got a whole bunch of bobbers and stuff. Now, onto the more interesting stuff.
Here's one of his bobbers.
We've got some hook removers.
Needle nose.
Here's another pair of hook removers. Stuff for me to cut my fishing line with. And
if you haven't noticed, we don't have fishing line carrying in here, just because we gotta reorganize his. I just did mine, and I didn't have any fishing line to throw in just yet.
we've got a flashlight right here. Yeah, it still works. Okay, we got a flashlight.
And then what's this bait right here?
This right here is some catfish bait. Now,
Oh, that's what that was.
recommend you getting the Berkeley Power Bait for catfish bait, or the carp and catfish bait like that Logan had. But this one works really well. Let's move on.
And most people, they'll have tackle boxes for different types of fish. It's just pointless. Why not have just one tackle box for every fish that you want to fish for?
We've got some more sassy shads in a box and stuff. We got, if you're ever going fishing for sharks, this is the bobber to use. It's huge.
And my hands are about 10 inches wide.
It's
And
huge.
it's the size of my palm.
Alright, we've got
That thing will never go underwater.
right now we have a pen that I got stuck with the thing sticking open.
And then I think the last thing you have is the bouncers.
I got more than that. I got a pocket
Oh,
knife.
pocket knife.
another bobber. The bouncers.
Bouncers are good if you're going for catfish. It's just like a wire with, I think it's a 2-ounce weight.
This is a bunch of toothpicks. Toothpicks come in handy when you got some stuck in your teeth. So, stuck in your teeth. And that's about it. You guys might wonder what the bouncers look like. And
Yeah, this is what a bouncer is. It's a wire pinched together right here, bleeds out to a swivel. You put a hook and a bait on here, and then the wire will come down here, and this is where that weight I was talking about, and then it comes down, and then all you do is just like a jig. You just keep doing that, and that's why it's called a bouncer. Catfish will come up and snatch it. But yeah, it's pretty good. I've used them a couple times. I've caught some fish on them.